Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our 9-month around the world adventure. And today is day 138, and we're in Penang, Malaysia, where, guess what? We sample and taste the local cuisine.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the fullest.
And we're living that full life aboard Royal Caribbean's 9-month ultimate world cruise on Serenade of the Seas.
We are. Well, friends, today we have got an exciting tour here. It's called the Taste of Penang, and we're going to taste our way around Penang, or at least that was the plan. The tour didn't end up quite as we had planned, but it still ended up being a very, very good tour that we enjoyed.
Yeah, in fact, when it started, myself and actually quite a few people on the tour with us, our guide came on and she said, okay, we're going to go shopping stop. And we're just looking at each other like, no, let me off the bus right now.
Wait a minute.
This
That's
is
not what we signed up for.
Yeah, but then what it ended up is the guide took us to several different places, and each one, yes, you could shop for particular items, but they had a specialty food item. Normally it was food. There was one thing that wasn't, but a specialty food item that you could try, and if you wanted to, you could then purchase. But you got good samples. You got everything. I mean, it as you said, I think it ended up okay from the scary, shaky start that it started with, right?
Right. Well, the first place we went to was famous for their spices and seasonings and their dragon biscuits. And so when we went in there, they had dragon biscuit samples, and we actually even brought some back that we shared with our friends in the main dining room. And they had the spices they had made into a little soup or broth that was actually really quite good, and you could buy the whole package of spices there. But they had other things as well as spices that they're the essential oils. One that they had made into a what they called a rheumatism oil. And my knees had been bothering me, and I thought, well, I'll give it a try. I think some of the ingredients are kind of like what they have in Aspercreme, and
Or kind of a Bengay kind of thing.
It helps for a short period of time. It feels warm, kind of icy hot, almost like, but it doesn't last too long. So,
but you tried it.
I tried it, and it wasn't too expensive, so that was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the dragon biscuits. I tried those, got them. They had kind of they had different ones. I mean, they even had durian flavored biscuits, but the ones we got were their originals. They had kind of an oniony flavor, but like Nancy said, we took them to our table mates, and everyone got some dragon. We even gave some to our waiters, the waiter
Servers,
and the assistant waiter servers. And I enjoyed those a lot. So again, it was a good stop. You got to try as much from a sample perspective as you wanted. And so the dragon biscuits and the rheumatism oil we brought back is what they called it. Well, all right. Then after leaving the biscuit shop, we went down, and the next place we went to was a chocolate shop.
It was, and we got to try, a good 15 or so different types of chocolate, some with almonds and different things. One was durian chocolate.
Yeah, and you gave it a try.
I wasn't real sure about that. I thought I liked it, not so sure. I thought maybe yes, maybe no.
Smell it already. You're still deciding, aren't you? Your face has changed 27 times while you're eating.
Not my favorite, and then it's kind of getting worse the longer it's in my mouth.
But you did give it
no. The answer was no.
No. It was okay. I tried it. It actually, durian's one of those things that kind of starts to grow on you, and Malaysia is very famous for their durian. So they love it there. You'll find durian in everything. And for those that don't remember, haven't seen some of our other videos, durian is the world's stinkiest food. And so it's this big plant that this big fruit, and you cut it open and you can smell it a mile away, and like I said, I think it's one of those acquired tastes, and once you acquire it, people really love it. But yeah, you see it in all kinds of food here. Well, the chocolate shop was nice. Lots of samples. We didn't end up getting anything. We found from that perspective, especially like chocolates, we're trying not to bring those back to the room. So
We just,
yep.
I ate too many.
But they were good. The
They
chocolate
were.
shop was good. Well, we left the chocolate shop.
Yeah, the next place that she took us to was a Batik shop, and Batik. I had mentioned it in the last last video that we had done, but this one was done with wax on the fabric, and then that wax keeps the colors from bleeding into each other. And I actually got a Batik dress while I was there. I'm wearing it right now, but the design, it's kind of, we'll get some video of it. I'm going to wear it to the main dining room tonight, and so we'll get some video of that. And
Yeah, it's quite beautiful, actually.
It's
and
very pretty.
they did show us how they do the two different types of batik. The stamping batik, our guide actually demonstrated a little, and then the wax drawing type. And the dress you have, it was actually a hand-drawn with wax, so that design is a one of a kind.
It's very
yeah.
cool.
And
very
they would
cool.
do it on, you could actually get almost like paintings to hang on the wall of different boutiques. We had a friend that got a kind of a Hawaiian style, or Indonesian in this case style, shirt that was all hand batiqued, and it was rather affordable.
Cool.
Yes, and beautiful wares there. But right next door to the batik shop we're back to the food channel.
Right, coffee and tea. And so this was a fun place to go into.
Yeah.
You went in and they gave you just a little tiny plastic cup, and they put probably 20 different types of coffee
Couple
and
dozen,
tea
yeah.
in there. They give you a little sample, you drink it, and they'd put another sample in. And so we did get some coffee and tea there, that they had all kinds of flavors.
Because we do have a tea kettle in our room, so we can do that. And so you got some pineapple tea.
It's upside down.
Where it got torn open there.
Yeah, pineapple tea. And then we got some
Coconut white coffee.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Quite good. I like this after dinner in the main dining room with dessert.
Yeah,
It's
and you
good.
actually got some strawberry tea as well.
I did.
Those were
I
the
did.
three favorites out of the couple dozen that we tried. They sold things like honey there too, and all kinds of things. But I loved it. I mean, you almost couldn't drink the samples as fast as they were bringing them, just one after another, after another, after another, and they had dozens and dozens of types of teas and coffee. So that was a fun stop, getting to see everything.
That was so. It's like you can see how she was saying it was a shopping stop. It really was kind of a shopping stop, but we got to try all the samples.
But there was no pressure to buy
There
anything.
wasn't.
They were
Right.
low pressure, all of them. It was just,
Right.
hey, have a sample if you want it. Grab something and take it to the register. So.
Exactly. Yes.
Yep.
Well, after the coffee and tea shop, we went to our fifth and final stop, which was another hawkers market. So go back and take a look at our Singapore video where we really described the hawkers market, but it's like a big food court.
And by the way,
many
if they
vendors.
didn't see that, it's probably because they
Yeah.
haven't hit the like button and haven't subscribed.
That's right.
So be
That's
sure to
right.
reach down, hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any of our 9-month Ultimate World Cruise adventure. So
Thank you, friends. We appreciate each and every one of you. So anyway, there's many different food vendors. And by the way, lunch was on our own. So what you do here, this was a little different. You find a table. All of the tables have a table number. And so you would go to whatever food vendor you wanted to order from. You would go and you place the order. They'd give you a ticket, and you would take this ticket to a central area where you would pay for that. And then the vendors would bring you the food.
And you'd show them the ticket that you pay for it.
Right.
And then also all your drinks, and then some of the desserts or things like that were in a central area. But I really enjoyed this. And you went and got, I think you got a noodle salad with shrimp or
the
something?
spring rolls.
Spring
I had
rolls.
spring rolls. It was so good. It was absolutely delicious.
And I had a traditional noodle dish from Penang, and that was really good. And then some of our friends got other things to come in. I did try a Malaysian hot dog. So Hot Dog Challenge 2024 continues.
What did you think of that hot dog, Mike?
This one was it was a lot like the one we had in the food tour in the Philippines. It was very just kind of a little mushy. It wasn't like in a bun or anything. It was just a hot dog. But I tried it, and it was okay. Not ranking up there at the top ones,
Okay.
but after we tried many different things here in the market, we had a very interesting dessert.
We did. It was kind of like a bubble waffle, like a waffle, but instead of waffle texture. It was bubbles, and they had all different varieties that you could choose from. And I chose one that had sweetened condensed milk that they put into the bubbles. You chose butterscotch, and
Yeah.
they put butterscotch chips into the waffles, and that they serve it to you in kind of a little cup, and you tear off your bubbles to eat it.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, again,
Was.
it's a waffle with butterscotch chips. How can it not be good? You know,
Or sweetened condensed milk.
right, right. Yeah, no, that was a nice little treat, and
Yeah.
and we shared some food with our friends and just enjoyed it. And the funny thing was, a friend of ours he wanted a beer, so it came in buckets, and it came with 3 beers. I think it was $8 for 3 beers, but they were huge.
Big
they
beers.
they were like liter beers or something, you know. And so I had one of those with dinner too, and he had one. And no, I enjoyed that hawker market a lot. But then after that, it was time for our tour to end, so they took us back and dropped us off at the port. But we had about an hour before all aboard, and right outside the port
were rickshaws, and it's like they were really wanting business. So we decided to go for a rickshaw ride.
Yep. So we negotiated a half-hour ride because, like I said, it was about an hour before all aboard, and you know they worked it out for us for a half-hour ride, and they took us all over town and took us to some really neat places.
They did. They took us to Chinatown, so that was fun to drive through there or ride through there and to see all of the different buildings. And they also took us to Little India, which was also very quaint.
Yep, and they took us down one street that actually is world famous with lanterns and street art painting, and you can see as we head down this street here. But yeah, that was really a lot of fun. I actually would have enjoyed a full hour, but we just didn't
I
have
would
time.
have too.
And
Yeah.
it was hot. I mean, so we had to make sure we had sunscreen on, and
Yes.
it was still, you know, the feels like temperature was in the 105, 108 range, and it was really hot. But we drove around, got that little overview of Little India and Little China or Chinatown, and enjoyed that a lot. So we headed back to the ship.
Well, we actually stopped at a 7-Eleven. There's a lot of 7-Elevens there.
Everywhere in Asia. Everywhere in
Kind
Asia.
of surprised me.
Yeah.
And I got a Slurpee because it was so hot.
That's right, you did, and I don't even know what flavor it was. What was
It was like a
it was
mystery
green.
flavor that was probably I don't know. It tasted kind of like bubble gum, but
Yeah, but it was green. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we stopped there. You got a little cool off with that, and then
Yes.
right across the street from the 7-Eleven was pretty much right across the street was the port.
ship, yeah.
Well, we're back on board the ship, and now we have a couple sea days to try to relax and catch up, recover from the heat.
Right.
But we had a lot going on those sea days.
We did. So they had a top tier event where they recognize all of their top cruisers, but they also recognize the top staff of Royal Caribbean, both those that they call the front of the house, who we see, as well as those in the back of the house that help to run the ship that we don't see. And that's always fun to see the recognition, and the crew seems to really appreciate that.
In this case, it was service awards, so they gave awards for the longest service, and we enjoyed that a lot. That is very unique to Serenade of the Seas and the World Crew. This is the only Royal Caribbean ship that does that, so that we can thank the crew for all the great work they do for us.
That's very special.
Yeah. And then they had a meeting on our upcoming Taj Mahal tour.
Right, that's a big deal because that's an overnight, or actually 2 overnights, and so there's a lot of information that they need to go over to give us.
And then as you're cruising around, you never know what you're going to see. One day we saw a rainbow from our cabin. We saw an oil rig out in the distance.
Ocean,
So there's always things to see as you're going around in the ocean. But well, at the end of these sea days, toward the end, we had to get packed because we're going on an overnight safari in Sri Lanka. You are absolutely not going to miss this. This is right up there in the top 1 or 2 things we've done for Nancy.
It was a treat, yes.
You just were raving about it,
Yes.
and wait till you see what we see outside our safari vehicles in the Yala National Park.
So stay tuned, friends. We'll see you soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.